take a seat. Let me school you. Let me tell you a little something about making unique wedding films. So, welcome back! Welcome back to Wedding Crashers University. Today, we're gonna talk about some of the things that we do to make sure we're doing a good job making films that are thoughtfully designed and unique to each couple. We're gonna cover some practical things that you can do at your next wedding to make sure that your couple's personalities, preferences, and nuances shine through in your next film. Our goal is to tell each couple's love story and not just make a montage of the day's events. So how do we do that while maintaining a sustainable and efficient production schedule? Well, Jacob Durbin is here to tell you just that.
All right, thank you for the introduction, Ben. Let's get right on with this. So to start off, for every wedding, we usually start to prepare about 1 month ahead of time. This is close enough to the wedding date that the couple should have a timeline and most of the details set. We send out a questionnaire to answer some general questions that will help us prepare for the day. Some of these could include times for the important events, the ceremony, speeches, when the bride's getting in her dress, addresses for the different events, and any special requests from the couple. We also ask for a copy of the full timeline to review. Between the questionnaire and the timeline, we can get a pretty good idea of how the day is going to flow. I usually draft out my own videographer timeline with important times and details that I'll be able to quickly reference on the wedding day, and I can usually just do this in my phone's notes. The itinerary alone can say a lot about a couple and their preferences, but it probably doesn't tell you the whole story. That is why it is important to always schedule a pre-wedding call with the couple. This is sometimes the first time we ever meet the couple, and we usually request that both the bride and the groom make it on the call. To begin the call, I like to start by asking them questions about them to understand who they are and their story. Questions like how they met, what they enjoyed doing, how they got engaged, etc. It's a great way to start the conversation and will be important to the wedding filmmaking process. Understanding the couple and their story can help inspire your filmmaking. They'll tell you what is memorable and important to them, and if you can capture those feelings in your shooting and editing, you've done a great job. So try to take notes if you can. Since we shoot a wide variety of weddings, I also try to figure out if there is any particular style that each couple prefers. A really great way to do this is to ask why they chose to book you over anybody else, and see if there's any particular film that they like the most. Another great thing to ask is there any particular moment that you're looking forward to the most? And this can cue you in on some things that you'll want to include in their film. After this, I'll go through the timeline and talk through my filmmaking process. I also make sure to take notes of any special requests that they make along the way. So this pre-wedding call is incredibly helpful to prepare, but there might be nothing that really shows the couple's vibes like their actual wedding day. So always be alert, and something to take note of the entire day is music. Listen to what they're rocking at the prep, when it's just them and their friends, what are they getting down to on the dance floor. These might be good genre options for a party song in your film. What did they also walk down the aisle to? What was the first dance song that they danced to? A lot of thought goes into picking these songs, and they're obviously gonna choose something that they really enjoy and that means something to them. So it can really tell you about the couple and what kind of song preferences they have. The music in the film does a lot, including invoke emotion and establish pacing of your film. It's important, and it can be something that will make or break the final product. So choosing wisely can save you so much time and will mean a lot to your couples, especially if you keep them in mind and pick something that you think is going to match their style. Now, the next question is, how do you actually tell the actual story in the film? And a big piece of this process is editing and just figuring out the story through the audio. We use audio from throughout the day to structure the scenes. Some key moments are speeches, ceremony, vows, letters, and the first look. During these moments, you'll hear the bride and groom, as well as close family and friends, talk about their relationships with the couple and share intimate stories. So finding the best speaking clips and piecing it together into a cohesive story is the foundation of the film. And pair this what you've learned about the couple during the pre-wedding call, and you've got yourself a film that will fit each couple in their own way. So keep the couple's preferences in mind at your next wedding and be open to new ideas. At the end of the day, this is something that they will watch for many years and share for generations. By implementing these tips, you'll ensure that every bride and groom loves their film and it accurately reflects their love story.
Guys, I hope you had your notebooks out for this one because Jacob just dropped some serious knowledge in this episode. If you guys want to be involved a little bit more intimately in the discussion and ask some more specific questions, we just launched our Facebook group. You can find us on Facebook at Wedding Crashers University. Also, if you guys have any questions about this episode specifically, be sure to ask them in the comments and we'll get back to you. Like this video if it was helpful, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next week on Wedding Crashers University. Class is dismissed.